Whoa. You got bought out. Yeah, it's like every company. Like every gaming company either gets bought out or they get like decimated from the inside. They get like like torn apart from the inside and just essentially like all the good people eventually leave and it's just like a different. They become like the zombie version of themselves, like Rare or Konami. I'm gonna check out some Wild 9. Dude, very intense title screen. Dude, music. It's trying so hard to be like edgy. It's like it's such a 90s style. Like especially with like American game. Oh, only easy or hard. I also click easy. Button setup. Oh, we get 3 choices. Let's see here. I mean, square beam jump. No, X beam jump would be the best. Yeah, default makes. Let me see the terms. Square. Wait. X beam jump. Square being rig, and triangle will be fire. Or we could do. Wait, what about this though? Triangle L. Be good. It could be. Maybe I should try it this way. You know what? Let me try it this way. That might be good. It's kind of. It kind of comes across as like try hard. These games like try so hard to be like edgy and like. It's not exactly serious. It's just like edgy and hardcore. Like even this title screen with this music. Just comes across. It comes across as like kind of like try hard these days, but it's kind of funny. They kind of miss stuff like this. I don't know, Skittles. I hope that they're ready for it. You need to get acquired. Yeah, I mean, like most of the good companies like are kind of no more one way or the other. Oh, there's actually wait a second. It's like, oh no wait no this is platform. This is like linear. This is a linear plane. Okay, so triangles. I have triangles. My jump. Wait, this damages me. What the fuck? And then L and R. L is my rig. Okay, L is my rig, and R1 is to fire. Oh, dude, like the '90s electronic music is so good. Grab and hold enemies in the beam. Oh, we got a tutorial part. Or slam should finish them off. You gotta slam enemies. You gotta slam them. You slam them. Pretty interesting mechanics. Messiah. Oh, that's right. Messiah was like they were gonna try to make like the. I remember like the talk about it. Where they were gonna try to make like the ultimate. It was supposed to be like the ultimate FPS game, but it was not. Well, also Daikatana was supposed to be that too, but that was like those projects, those FPS projects that like energy orbs. Okay, I could have probably figured that out. So like the energy orbs and the energy. What is my energy? I can't even tell what my health is. Oh, okay, so gain gear. These are gears. Game gears. I'm collecting game gears. So 100 of those is extra life. Okay, that's very typical, like platformer stuff. You might want to try jumping over the missiles instead of catching them. Oh man, alright, it's a funny tutorial. Wow, you have a lot of health though. It seems like you have a lot of health. Well, I'm playing it easy. Oh, those things look exactly like the energy things from Earthworm Jim. They look. Oh, I can grab the block too. Can you like drop it on yourself and damage yourself? Yeah, you can. That's awesome. Oh. Oh, wait. Okay, so the green is good. Okay, so the red is. Oh, so I'm probably almost dead. Okay, I see. How do I get up here? Wait, can I climb? How do you get up here? Wait a second. What is this? I can push. There's a pushing animation. Probably like box puzzles. The collective. I don't Okay, guys, hold on a second. Yeah, so, this part... Am I back? Alright, so this part, you have to, like... You just move the block here, and... It's not that you climb, you can just jump through this stuff. You just jump through that. Like, you can actually just move. So that's what you do there. Yeah, I still haven't, I still haven't, I haven't had any time. Like, yesterday I was busy all day. I haven't had any time to, like, try to do anything to, like, fix that. So it's still gonna be doing that, sorry. Guys, I probably shouldn't jump into this grinder. That would probably be bad. I kind of want to see it, but... Can I grab the missile? Probably can grab it. Oh, I'm dead. This game's got the, like... It's got the really, like, the long, exaggerated animations. Oh, dude. Your character's animation looks so weird. Like, you can tell that, like, this style, it's like they're trying to do, like, a... They're trying to do, like a... Like it's an American animation style. It's like that heavily exaggerated, rubbery American animation style. Like there's too many frames of animation and all the characters look really silly. And it's kind of funny to see them doing that with like their weird character designs in like a 3D game. Like, look how over animated he is. Like I mean, but like it looked like when he was... Mind the timer? Wait, whoa, what? Oh, dude, I forgot to set the timer. Let's just call it... I forgot. Let's just call it 10 minutes. That sounds about right. Call it 10 minutes. I've already died. Already died one time. This game kind of doesn't look good. The visual style of this game kind of look... This is one of those PS1 games. Like, people talk about the visuals of 32-bit games not holding up. Alright, it appears you can't grab the missiles. Yeah, so you just have to jump over them. Okay, let's see. I like that the fade out is like a 9. When people talk about PS1 visuals not holding up, they're definitely talking about games like this. I actually think a lot of PS1 games have like a certain charm to their visuals where it actually does hold up. It's kind of like decent. Oh, those... The health things that they drop despawn. Oh, man. You gotta grab those. You gotta grab those health thingies. The energy. You gotta grab the energy. So there's energy and there's the Wild 9 ears, which are like the coins of this game. You just grab 100 of them. That's such a funny thing from this era is like all the platformers having like coins. I mean, you see that a lot in... You see that a ton in 16-bit platformers. Like, every platformer having, like, some variation of, like, coins that you grab 100 of to get a 1-up. Like, man, you didn't need to have that in every platformer, guys. But, like, yeah, some even a lot of 32-bit platformers would carry that over. You kind of have, like, this game's version of, like, oh, you can use that to get up here to get a secret. The music is kind of not that good in this game. The music is... Even though this is a PS1 game... So can I drop this thing on this dude? Oh, I drop it on myself! Whoa! Well... Actually, we probably... If we drop it, maybe we can, like, break it when it opens. Or not. Let's smash it on... Yeah, oh, okay, we can smash it on him. We can smash it on him to, like, get the coins. Smash him. This is kind of fun. It's kind of fun mechanics. Alright, yeah, so sorry, I don't know, it's probably going to keep happening with the disconnects. Hopefully someday I'll, like manage to fix that. It's been happening for, like, about a month now. Something definitely happened with my computer setup. It's not an internet problem. Something happened with the setup that now OBS randomly disconnects. Some fans are already turned on, so you can just jump into them. Others are missing their power source. Oh, okay, so that's like this game's version of like Switch puzzles. Oh, okay, there's like there's like fan here. I see. Sorry with Mario. Yeah, definitely Mario. Oh, dude, you have the bending camera there. I love stuff like that. It's so cool in a platformer. That is so cool. Like here, how the camera bends. Look at that. It's so awesome. That is so awesome. I wish modern if modern 2.5D games still did stuff like that, I might still find them interesting. What, really? Oh, well, Nelly. They look just like the Earthworm Jim energy things. Yeah, I know. Sustained rig fire will connect you to the swing point. Oh, yeah, so you can use it as like a grappling hook. Of course, there would be a grappling hook. Grappling hooks are like still like a thing today. Like, yeah, like people still love this. I think the most popular one is probably the Super Metroid grappling hook. People still love that. You gotta be able to get up there, right? This is probably no Umihara Kawase, but, you know, it's still gonna be interesting. You can do some, like, interesting tricks with the Super Metroid grapple. Can I really get up there with this? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, you have to, like, you gotta, like, press left and right in a particular way. Oh, you can also hit up and down to shorten the length, to shorten or elongate the beam, which is the same as Umihara Kawase. Look at that. Does this game actually have, like, Umihara Kawase platforming? Oh, well, you can't just hook onto anything, so definitely no. But there's a fan blowing into the camera. That kills you? The fan blowing into the camera kills you. That's an instant death mechanic. I was like, what? Oh, what is... Why would that kill you, though? Where are you getting blown? Alright, so that's a death trap. Understood. Do we have to, like, get the generator? Or can we just, like, jump over that or something? Can we just, like, avoid it? Like, do we have to, like, take a... Do we have to, like, degenerate it? Oh, it goes up and down? Okay. Whatever. You just got Umihara Kawase mechanics, so instant 10 out of 10. No, I don't know. I mean, there's some things about this game that are kind of, oh, if you hit them with the beam, they're dizzy for a little bit. I'm not quite getting the hang of these like the slamming mechanics, like slamming enemies. I'm not slamming very well. They had an arrow there for the... Can you, like, change the camera? Oh, yeah, you can, like... You can actually look up and down a little bit. To, like, alleviate some of the maybe blind jumps. No, I don't want to grab onto the thing. Very sticky with the... Oh, that's a fan. I wonder if that could be turned on. Is that where the battery goes? Into that thing? You have to put a battery into there? Yeah, I like the unique mechanics, the things about this game that are like kind of yeah, this has got to go into the thing. This is like a little puzzle thing here, very simplistic puzzle thing. That's cool though. Got to go in there. Some of the unique mechanics in this game are like pretty interesting. Like, I don't know, this is kind of a cool platformer. The look of it is kind of shit though. It's kind of got a bad look. And it's like, it's the kind of thing where, like, people like to say that, like, PS1 mechanics, or like, PS1 graphics are dated, because everything is still... I think a lot of PS1 games are not that dated, though. Oh, do we have to actually, like, move the battery from one to the next? Wait a second. Do you have to move it to... Or is there another battery you can get somewhere? I didn't see another battery. Can we move that back? Yeah, we need to move... So we actually have to move that battery from, like, one to the next. That's cool. Light puzzle elements. It looks like there's fall damage? Oh, wait, the battery disappeared. Wait, what? Oh, you can't get that battery out. There must be another battery there? Okay, interesting. Talking about where the camera is... When the camera is way more zoomed. Sometimes the camera in, like, these kinds of games can be too zoomed in. Well, first of all, it's so weird that we refer to that as camera anyway. Like, I don't know. What, oh, there's just a battery here. Oh, jeez. Anyway, I don't know. Like, I guess... I don't know, maybe you would say, like, viewpoint or something. but like a lot of times when people are talking about referring to camera, it's like how like all of our lingo is like revolves around like 3D games and like weird modern stuff. But like yeah, it's really weird to refer to scrolling as camera. But anyway, you're out of missiles. I didn't know I had missiles. Oh, I haven't been using the fire button, I guess. Wait, can I fire missiles? Wait. Oh, maybe this is my first time getting missiles. Oh, it shows them in the bottom. Okay, it shows them in the bottom. Right. Can I get more missiles? Doing the same thing? You get more missiles? Okay, let's see. I mean, that's one of the things they're talking about, Asian Waste, for sure. Because, like, it's... Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes... so, yeah, so, like, these... Sometimes, on these kind of games, like, on earlier platformers, the view can be too zoomed in. But, like, a lot of modern platformers are, like, the opposite, where it's, like, way too... I prefer it more zoomed in than more zoomed out. Like, I don't like when it's too zoomed out. Like, I don't know, it kind of... I don't like when the character's too small on the screen. They kind of just... I don't know, actually, the way this game is zoomed is actually, like, it's perfect. Like, this is good. This is a good amount of zoom. Like, the character's just big enough on the screen where you feel a little bit more... Is he saying, like, cool? Like, cool! That doesn't sound so good when it like, it's a sound effect that gets spammed. It doesn't sound so good. Like cool, like cool, like cool, like cool. Oh, did I die? Damn. Or the 3D aspects, but... I mean, I think they're mostly You have no continues. Oh, you gotta earn continues. Okay. Fair, fair. Alright, we gotta start over. We might not make that much progress in this game, Gizmo. Sorry about that. We're only getting, like, the basic tutorial stuff. Let me try a little harder this time. There's a lot of things that, you know, have... Alright, let's see. Easy should be the default, right? There's a lot of things that they could be talking about when we're talking about, like, you know, 3D graphics from the PS1 era being dated. But I think mainly they're just talking about, like, the blockiness of the graphics. Or lighting systems more than anything else. There's gameplay things. Yeah, I mean, like, the camera being too zoomed in could be one thing. But, yeah, I mean, like, it's just a thing. It's just like it's a game design trend. Like, the trend now is, like, over zoom out, where your character's, like, small on the screen. Especially, you see that a lot in, like, indie platformers, too, and I don't like that. Because it just... It's completely about just simply making the game, it's about just, like, making things more, like, functionality. It's about functionality at the expense of style, you know? But, I mean, like, you know, a little bit of functionality is... It's good to have some fun... I'm okay with sacrificing some functionality for the sake of style, you know? Like, it just is cooler when it's not so zoomed out. I like platformers that are a little bit more zoomed in. Where well, I mean, even just referring to it as zoom is weird. Because it's not like you're... It's just whether the character's bigger or larger on the screen. That's the thing. I like the character to not be too small. Because it's just cooler. There's something cooler about having the character be a little bit bigger on the screen. You know? Glitchy shadows. I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's like getting into like more text stuff. Yeah. Okay, so you just like kind of bash that block, you can open it up. And there's health there, but I didn't get it because I destroyed the block. But I don't think I needed it that bad anyway. Yeah, I still like the way a lot of like early stuff looks. Like PS1, like a lot of PS1 graphics. I like, I don't know, like the, I don't know, just the way that they like kind of incorporated like art styles and stuff. Wait a second. Oh, you can't bring that block over here. I see. I think a lot of it still looks good. That fucking guy. Okay, I have to go up there though, right? Or no, I want to go up there. Okay, we can go up there. Well, yeah, I guess that is you could do that with. That could be like a benefit of 2.5D platformers, right? Is that you could have a zoom. You could easily do that. You could incorporate that. But is there any that actually do? Because I can't think of any. Like usually it's completely static and there's no option for that. Are there any 2.5D platformers that let you zoom? There must be some. A sense of depth. Could find a sense of depth. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, even just this game is pretty good at creating a sense of depth. With, like... I think that being creative with the movement and, like, having the camera kind of bend around and stuff. Like, this game creates a sense of depth better than... like a lot of modern 2.5D stuff will just try to create a sense of depth by having like lots of like background elements, but I don't know if it really creates a sense of. They don't really do creative things with the camera, which I think also creates a sense of depth. There's probably different ways to do it, but that's probably a very subjective thing. Like creating a sense of depth, like that's like a thing that's like kind of hard to define. Probably people would have different opinions about what even that would mean. Yeah, I don't know of any offhand color, but it is the thing you would think that a 2.5D game would have, especially like a modern one, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Einhander would change camera angles just in the moment. Yeah, Einhander, like there's another example, like Einhander was like one of the earlier attempts at like a 2.5D shoot 'em up, like a shooter. And they would do like change the camera. They would like do dramatic things with the camera, which you know, like modern games don't do. Like yeah, like they were so much more experimental. Like they've been trying different things with early just 3D games in general. Even when they were like doing 2.5D stuff, there's like so much more creativity in the way that that's done. Whereas like modern stuff, pretty much people just like there's so much that is taken for granted. Like people, like everyone just kind of does things the same way because like that's the way you do it. You just do things like if you're going to make a platformer, you just like you make it like Super Metroid because that's the way you do it. And you have checkpoints everywhere because that's the way you do it. And you never ever put in like certain things like escort missions anymore, or like you never have water sections. Checkpoints have got to be close together because that's the way you do it. You know, you have to have your Super Metroid likes always have to have a map because that's the way you do it. And like games have got to be like littered with quests. There's got to be quests and missions to pad out the content because that's the way you do it. There's got to be achievements because that's the way you do it. You get to do all these things that like modern games have to have because that's the way you do it. But there was so much less that's the way you do it in the PS1 era. So much more. But that, I mean also just the most problematic that's the way you do it of modern games. It's just like all modern games, indie, AAA, whatever, they've got to have like the most bland, generic, backgroundy music possible because that's the way you do it with like modern games. Like it's really like, I don't know, like all my complaints about modern games, it really just comes down to music. Like if modern games had awesome music, I wouldn't care, but like all the other stuff I probably would forgive. If there was awesome music, yeah. I mean, there's I'm sure there's some experimental stuff somewhere. So what am I doing here? Wait a second. Wait, what did this say? Tiny evil green men. Oh, we gotta use missiles here. Okay, so I just gotta use missiles. I see. Okay, I see. Get out of here, green men! Smash them! Yeah, you can squish them. That's cool. Can I grab that? What is this? Is that a switch there? It's too bad that the music is kind of shit in this game. This is a bad example of like 32-bit. Like, this music, this is some generic This is some very like generic movie sounding music. It looks like you do have to grab that. Oh, look at this. Gaming never fixed this problem, so they give you control of the camera. Right, right. Yeah, no, that's true. They never did really, like, that's why, like, most modern 3D games just give you full control of the camera. And, oh, yeah, here's the part where you can, like, send him in the thing. Send him in the, oh, see, that's pretty satisfying. That's a really cool thing about this game. Yeah, like modern 3D games always have, like, the same controls and the same camera. It just gives you control of the camera. It's, like, the same, and the camera just, like, plops behind your character, and it's like cinematically most modern 3D games are so boring cinematically in terms of the way they're presented to me. There are, I refuse to play them. Yeah, I mean, it's probably true. I know, well, there's definitely less experimentation in modern games, just generally. Like, there's less, but there are. It's just like the type of experimentation that they do is more in like, it's weird stuff like Obra Dinn and like stuff like that is interesting, but I still can't hang with it's still like the presentation turns me off though. I just don't like the way that modern games are presented. Like, that's really like the bigger thing, more than creativity. It's all about presentation, music, and style. I just don't like. Am I supposed to jump over this? Maybe I'm supposed to like break these by throwing enemies into it. It looks like you might be able to jump over this. Do I have like a double jump or a jetpack or something? Yeah, there's definitely like creative modern games. Well, part of the reason why it feels like there's not is because in the realm of platformer, like there's not like the creativity. It feels like it's less in the realm of platformers now. Like, platformers don't really try that. Like, platformers are like very stodgy with their mechanics now. I mean, platformers try new things. There's platformers with new things, but like you'll get something like Axiom Verge, where there's a really cool new mechanic, but then the game around it is the most stodgy, like generic Metroid-like you can get. It just happens to have like one cool mechanic in it, you know? So it wants to. It's like the overall experience, even though it has something that's new in it, it's not really. The experience doesn't feel new. It just feels so like been there, done that, rote, you know? But I guess that's more like the really experimental stuff with like modern indie games. I feel like it's more stuff that it's the kind of stuff I'm less interested in, like Papers, Please and Obra Dinn, where it's just like, I don't know. It's like, it's cool, but it's just the kind of stuff I'm less interested in. Yeah, so you need, I think you do need more than one good, you need more than one good mechanic. Like, you need the whole structure of the game can't be too rote. It's not just one well, sometimes one good mechanic is enough. I mean, like, this game has got one good mechanic. Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's all you need. Downwell? Yeah. Well, Downwell, no, but Downwell, though, is more than... Downwell is not, like... Downwell, it is, like... The whole structure of the game is more unique. Because the structure of the game is unique. Like, it's not like other games. It's not like the same game as like something like Axiom Verge. It's just the exact same game as like every other indie platformer. Like, there's a billion, but it's like it has see, that game doesn't feel like a new experience because the one new mechanic doesn't hide the fact that it's just like the exact same game that like all other indie developers are making, you know? Whereas Downwell doesn't feel like the same game because the whole structure is different. So like, I think that's the difference there to me. But like, Axiom Verge is still like not a bad game. I mean, I did play through it and it's kind of cool. It's just like, overall, it's just like, it's too generic of an experience. It's like too bland. I just like, there's a lot of games like Axiom Verge, like Ori and the Blind Forest, Celeste, like Hollow Knight, like all the like really popular indie platformers, even stuff like Blasphemous. You know, even when they're doing like new stuff, it's like it's all the same new, like, oh, we put in Dark Souls mechanics. Okay, they're all doing that now. So like that's already like rotes, you know? Is Axiom Verge 2 any good? I haven't tried that. It's like all the I don't know. And this is I'm just primarily like I'm talking about like the indie platformers that are the ones that get noticed and are like the big ones. Yeah, there's probably indie platformers out there that are like really interesting. I just but you know, it's such a like modern indie games also like it's so what's the word? Like there's so many of them. There's a saturated. Like it's so saturated with games that like probably the interesting ones you just never hear about. But like the ones that you do hear about are never that interesting. It's always like, oh, here's a game that's the same shit again. The Messenger, oh, it's this, oh yeah, like the Messenger looks kind of interesting at first because it's like, oh, it's kind of more Ninja Gaiden-ish and like kind of more linear. But like the big twist with that game is it becomes the exact same game as like all other indie games. Oh, it becomes a Metroidvania! Oh boy! Well, how novel! Like, oh boy, you know, it's you know, all the stuff that gets attention is like, when did you think I don't hate Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's one of the few no, Shovel Knight is like one of the more rote ones. Like, Shovel Knight is not interesting at all. Like, Shovel Knight there's nothing innovative about Shovel Knight. It's completely rote. It definitely fits, so like, but I like it. So I mean, it's an example of, because it's like, Shovel Knight is an example of like, where the presentation is so good in Shovel Knight, the music in Shovel Knight is, like most indie games that try to have like 8-bit style of music, it's not very good. But like Shovel Knight, well, I mean, Shovel Knight also has like Jake Kaufman music, so, and it has like some of the better Jake Kaufman music. Plus it has Matsume, the lady who did Mega Man 2 music, also like contributes some tracks, I guess. Like Shovel Knight's an example of like where the presentation is so good that it doesn't matter that it's not really original or interesting in any way within the canon. Although I think that Shovel Knight was one of the first, I could be wrong, but I think Shovel Knight was one of the first 2D games, like kind of throw in some Dark Souls-like mechanics. It has like a kind of a Dark Souls-like death system. Like before that was like way overdone by games like Hollow Knight and like that's everywhere. I think Shovel Knight was one of the first to do that, so that was kind of interesting at the time, but it's still like, it's very generic. It's very Mega Man-y, which is like the most generic thing you can be with like a platformer. But yeah, no, Shovel Knight's cool. Because the presentation is awesome, and it has awesome music, you know? Most indie games just don't have good, in my opinion, most indie games don't have good music. And it's like a necessity. Like, or I mean, like, yeah, it's very important to me. The soundtrack of Shovel Knight's pretty interesting because it's definitely trying to evoke like 8-bit Mega Man music, but like I guess it's just the Jake Kaufman style. Like Jake Kaufman has his own kind of style where it's like it's very Capcom-y, but at the same time he's kind of like infusing this like dance music kind of, and he does really catchy music in like kind of a unique way, and like yeah, like his stuff in like the Mighty Switch Force games is amazing. What? What, please? Oh, I'm kind of not paying. I don't even know what's going on in the game. I'm like, wait, what? I forgot what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be getting these guys over there, right? I expressed some disdain to it? I think you're remembering wrong. Wait, how do I get these guys over there, though? How do I get these guys over there to break that thing? Wait. What? How do I do it, though? Can I whip them over? Can I, like, hold on a second. Extend the line, maybe? And then throw them over? Wait, hold on a second. Like that? No. Oh, dude, this is tricky. All right, this is cool though. But extending the line doesn't seem to work the same way. Can I? Oh, maybe I can extend it more than this. Wait, can I extend or retract the line when I have an enemy? No, I can't do it at all. There's no extending or retracting with an enemy. But good thing there's no timer in this game. So maybe if I hold him up and then... Oh, so if I try to walk, he gets thrown to the right. Hold on a second, wait. Let's figure this. Alright, I get to figure this out. How do I walk over there without whipping him into the thing? Because like when you try to... Oh, I don't even... Oh, he got thrown over there. Okay, he got... Okay. So, somehow... Oh, now I'm dead. Somehow I threw him over to that side, then maybe if I jump over him and... This is like a tricky part, damn. Damn, what is this? There's probably some way of doing this that like makes sense though. This is a good puzzle thing here. Yeah, no, I like Shovel Knight. I have my little selection of indie games that I like a lot. Like Shovel Knight is good. Spelunky is one of my favorites. Spelunky is amazing. My favorite is Cave Story. That's all. I need to play the other pixel game. Carol Blaster? I want to play Carol Blaster. Carol Blaster looks good. Or like Spelunky and Carol Blaster all have like great music though. A lot of the more modern indie-like platformers I don't like Ori and the Blind Forest and Celeste and Shovel Knight. I don't like the music in any of those. One of the common threads there is I don't like the music. Something about the musical style doesn't appeal to me that much. Oh. But if I like the music, I'll... It's the style of music that they use in these games now. Oh, man. Somehow I whipped him over there before. I'm not sure how I did it. Is that the way? I'm gonna figure this out, Gizmo, in the last 20 minutes of the stream. Don't worry, I'm gonna figure this out. Imagine TMR playing this game and like getting to this part and like, no mames, man. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fuck with the? Like, what do you do? Oh, that doesn't insta kill you. All right, but I need to get 3 of these guys over here, right? Oh, I'm like almost dead already. Do you think TMR would like this game, or would he be like, this is shit, man? I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I think this is good. I think that's pretty good. I think this is a pretty good game. I think it's pretty good. It's kind of interesting, like with the unique mechanics here. With the line gun, I think it's kind of interesting. I definitely wouldn't go into my list of like. I don't know if I would quite call it a hidden gem though. It's kind of like we need like another term for that. Like something that's like not quite a hidden gem, like a hidden rock, like a hidden stone, like a less precious gem, like a tourmaline, you know, or quartz. You know, this is like a hidden quartz. It's like it's not, but that doesn't sound right. Hidden stone doesn't sound. We need some kind of term for that, like a hidden. It's like a hidden. It's like a hidden geode. This is like a hidden shiny rock. The controls can be a bit weird. Like with the, yeah, I mean like you just have to kind of probably figure out the mechanics, I guess. But like I can't. Oh, okay. Somehow so what I just did there, I have to figure out how to do that. Well, I mean, just the basic controls, just moving around and jumping feels totally fine. And the controls of like jumping and like the controls of grabbing people like ordinarily, like just grabbing them. Well, I lost my one dude that went in the grinder. Like, just grabbing people and whipping them around feels fine, but there's like, yeah, there's some quirks to it you have to learn. I think the controls in this, you probably just have to learn them. Like, they're probably fine, you just have to learn them. But yeah, I don't think there's anything bad about the controls in this game. I don't know. I'd have to play it longer and really see. Oh. Oh, man. I thought I had more in this video. Oh. Oh. Just run past these guys, I guess. Maybe I can get help. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Is my last life right now? No. Yeah, it wasn't worth. I should just run past him. It's not even worth messing with him. Like, because there's 3 in a row there. These guys don't. Yeah, you can't farm these. Wait, no, he did drop energy. Can I farm this guy for health? Can I actually farm this guy for? If I can just farm this guy for health here, then you can. Okay, so that I should have been doing that before. That was. I should have realized that I could have done that. That I should not be dying here then. If that works infinitely. Does that work infinitely, like in like Batman NES? Can I farm the spawning claw dudes for life here? Maybe it doesn't work infinitely. Oh, well, if it doesn't work infinitely, then that's fine. Yeah, I guess it would make sense for them to try to prevent you. Because otherwise, you would always do that, like any infinite enemy spawn. Maybe I can. If I could just like get one of these guys on screen, it'd be worth it to like try to kill them for health. I need more health, man. I need more health. You know what? That doesn't really give you that much. Do these guys respawn? No. You think this game is meh? Not terrible, nothing special? Have you played it, Kyle? Are you basing that just on like watching me play? I mean, the look of it is kind of... If you were just watching this and judging by how it looks, see, I could understand that. Look of the game is not really that great. I kind of like the way it's designed. Isn't doing anything to grab you. The look of the game, even for PS1, even if I were playing this in the PS1 days, I would not be impressed by the visuals of this game. I don't think I would have been... Like, if I were renting this in the store, I would not be that impressed with the visuals. Because there's some pretty good-looking... Like, there's a lot of really good-looking PS1 games, like, artistically. Alright, well, so we gotta try to figure this out. We gotta try to do this here. There's a way to whip them. There's a way to whip them, like, far to the right. I gotta figure that out. This is just the tutorial of, I know. Well, you get no continues to start with. It looks like you could probably earn continues, like, similar to Earthworm Jim. I think they were still doing stuff like that. That's another cool thing about the PS1 era is, like, some of the things that got carried over from the 16-bit era. Like, limited continues and stuff like that, some of the more arcade-like features. You still get some of that with the 32-bit games, and I like that. That's cool. Like, that stuff mixed with 3D type games is interesting, you know? You don't ever get that. You rarely get games with lives anymore. Like, that's another thing. Like, no modern like platformers have like lives or continues or like any kind of... It never has that kind of stuff. It's always just like the same shit. You always get infinite lives and like frequent checkpoints. You just like... And then, you know, like, difficulty's always bounced around. And that's fine. If you can balance the difficulty around that, like, that's fine. But, like, everything's always the same way. It's always the same structure. Like, you don't get... In the 32-bit era, you're still getting, like, some of that, like, more arcade-like kind of structure. But you're also getting, like, some games with, like, infinite continues. You're getting, like, all kinds of different things. Like, people are doing, like, all kinds of... Because it hasn't been codified yet. And it's, like, stuff like that makes... It's one of the things that like makes these games more interesting. But I like that kind of... I like games where you have limited lives. I like games where they kind of play around with it. Like in this, you don't get continues, but you can earn continues. Like, even just being able to earn continues is like, that's kind of an interesting thing, you know? A different kind of... Okay, let me try to focus on this for a second. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out how you... I'm trying to figure out how you flip the enemies high in the air, because there's a way to do it, and I'm not doing it. Let me walk... Let's have him walk toward me a little bit. Oh, I forgot to jump... Oh! Dude, I was that close to death? No, we gotta start the whole game over. Are we gonna even make it back there in 12 minutes? This game starts out like a little bit on the harsher side. Like if you're just playing this like casually, you're gonna have trouble like just on the tutorial area because it starts out a little bit tough. But I bet once you like get into it a little bit, it might not be as hard as it seems. I don't know, but oh, there's a little green guys that you smash. Oh, they can have hammers. I would definitely play more of an hour of this. We're gonna figure this shit out. How do you earn continues? I wonder if there's secrets. Do you think the concept of live link continues is outdated at all? No. No, like I think that it can't be outdated. The idea that like a structure, like a structure of a game could be outdated doesn't make any sense. Like it's not that it's outdated in the sense that it's not that it's outdated, it's just not trendy now. It's just not the trend. Like trends just change. But like there's no reason why like doing a game that way would be inferior to doing it like another way. Like there's no reason at all. Progression trade is totally unnecessary. Progression save. I think that's not correct. I think that like, I mean, there's a logic to that, but at the same time, there's also a bad like saying that like if that really were the case, then that unfortunately that leads to a situation where all games like it creates a situation where like you're making all games more rote in the process because you can't have that anymore. You can't do that, you know? It's better not to, in art, it's better not to have those, it's an arbitrary limitation. It really depends on what you want to. It depends on what you want. But like, if you want to have a game where you're like saving progression, okay, so I guess if you want to have a game where you're like saving progression save, then yeah, it is. No, I guess it's true. I guess it is. It's weird with that. Yeah, I guess having lives and continues does tend to make more sense in a game where you start over at some point. You're gonna start over. It's true. I guess. Okay, so you're talking about like mixing saves with. Or mixing, like, continues with... Like, yeah, games that, like, do that, like, mix... I guess you're talking about a more limited thing. Like, games that, like, Iron Sword that mix continues with, like, passwords. That would be, like, the equivalent. Why bother with continue? That's true. Like, if you're gonna have, like... If you're gonna have continues, like, limited, where you can... There can be a point where you're gonna start over, then you probably wouldn't want to have saves. So, games like that... But I don't know. I mean... you should never say things like that as an absolute. Things like that are never an absolute, though. There's no absolutes in art, you know? There's always going to be, like, a situation where that could work, though. You know? You could find a way to make it work. And you have to not have those kind of boundaries in art in general. Like, in art in general, but in video games, too. Yeah, generally is fine. No, that being the case generally is fine. I agree. I agree that generally it doesn't make a lot of sense to like have saves but also limited continues because those things are kind of at odds with each other. It's kind of a little bit like what Skyrim does. It's like having a leveling system but having things scaled to your level because one thing contradicts the other. It's kind of a little bit like that. Like it's contradictory systems. So like okay, so I get what you're saying. Like contradictory to forms of game, but yeah, but like, I mean, that's not even what I'm talking about, though. I think that, yeah, the vast majority of like modern games have some kind of saving system. It's very rare for games to like let you start over anyway. Yeah, it's very rare to have games where you start over. So, and that's a problem, you know. Like, that shouldn't be rare, because what you really want out of art, and like, I think out of all art, but out of video games too, is you want a variety. You want like there to be like you want people to be doing like all kinds of different things. So there's like not only is there like games for everybody, like, but you can constantly try like a variety of different experiences. So like the more things get codified, the more games become like you have to do it this way, and you got to do it this way, and you got to have this and that because that's what games do. The more you have things locked into certain patterns and certain trends, kind of the worse it is. Which is, I think that's maybe the real reason. Like where when people complain about modern gaming, I think that a lot of times that's what they're really complaining about is the stodginess, the kind of getting the getting locked into certain patterns. When people are, I mean, it's a common complaint to hear people complain about like a lack of innovation, but it's not so much like a lack of innovation. I think that what they're really complaining about is it's not so much innovation, you know, because it's really hard because people always get like hung up on that apparent contradiction. Like, well, yeah, but everything has been tried already, which is not really true. Because yeah, like it's hard to think up of something. That's the problem with that word innovation, because it's hard to think up of something that's completely new, that's never been done. Like that's hard. But a combination of elements of the past that are done in a new way, that's not hard to think up. And also, just being original, like just doing something that isn't what people are doing now. Like that alone, like that's what you really want. You don't necessarily want something, like we don't need every game to be completely new. Like, I've never seen this type of game before. Not every game has to be, I've never seen this before. All we need is like stuff that's like a little different. That like, it's a new combination. All we need is like games that are doing things that other games aren't doing, you know? We need less rules. There's too many rules. I think that's what like is really needed. It's like less rules. You know? Like, just do things that people aren't doing. Just if everybody's putting maps in their Metroid-like games, for like exploratory platformers, maps make a lot of sense. It makes sense, and it's understandable why if you prioritize convenience, you would have. But if everybody's doing that, you shouldn't be doing that. If there's anything in a video game or in art that everybody is doing, you need to do something different. Like, that should be the rule. If everybody's doing something, you gotta do something different. Like, if that were the rule, if that were like the thing in the art, if that were something that people cared about, then I feel like we wouldn't have that problem. This problem, you know, in games. There's too much of like, oh, it has to. I don't know. Like it's like gaming as an art is kind of it's in kind of a bad situation, where like there's too much thinking like it has to be that way because that's the way things are. There's too many. I think people get confused. But they think people confuse patterns, like they confuse trends with progress. They look at like how games are now, and they like, okay, well that's how games have developed, so that must be progress. But it's not really progress. It's just different. It's just different trends. It's just like things have like it's just patterns. It's just like people deciding to do things this way. Oh, is it only 2 enemies that breaks though, so not 3? In Carrion? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never even heard of Carrion. But like, there you go. I mean, like, that's I was saying that before. Like, I'm sure there probably are games out there that are examples of what I'm talking. But like, they don't really get play though, is the problem. But yeah, I mean, I should probably seek them out more. But then, like, even if I don't know, like, would I even like Carrion? You know, it's cool. I mean, like, that's good. But then also, like, it has to have good music too. It's a fun game. You know, I would check it out, but like, the problem is every time I check out like a modern game, it doesn't have. I don't like the music in it. Also, like that's really like I don't know. I'm just talking about like one thing. Like really, for me, 70% of the problem for me is probably just more like presentation. It's more presentation than music. You know, I want the help. I want the help. Health. Can I grab it with my line? Can I grab help with the line? Yeah, like experimentation and originality, more of that creativity, more of that in indie games would be good. But even if they have all the creativity in the world, if it doesn't have a presentation I like, I'm still not really going to want to play it. Like, if I don't like the style of music and the style of the art and stuff, I'm not going to want to play it. Because that stuff's really important, too. But I want to play the... I like Pixel. I want to play, Hero Blaster. That's what I want to play. I want to play, I want to try Spelunky 2. Spelunky 2 does not look that good to me, but I want to try that. I want to try La Mulana 2. At some point, La Mulana is really cool. There are ones out there that appeal to me, like really specific ones. So there are ones that I do want to play, but even those I like need to get around to playing at some point. I don't know. I gotta get around to it. I haven't died yet, right? The very rare middle ground, yeah. Well, it's not even so much a production problem. I guess it's partly a production problem, but it's also a trend problem. Because, unfortunately, and people are starting to realize this now, I've noticed. I do see more people complaining about it, and there's more things in media that are sort of trying to go against it. But very much still, like, games are mired in the problem of, like, people thinking that music shouldn't get your attention. Like, a lot of soundtracks are still trying to be generic because they're trying to be backgroundy. And it's easier to be backgroundy than it is to, like, make stuff that's memorable. So it's understandable, but also it's, I don't know. I mean, like, there are, like, really, you see counterexample. Like, there's some good... There's always the J... Oh, I didn't realize that I'm throwing this guy into the color. That's pretty cool. There's always, like, the Jake Kaufmans out there. There's probably, like, a few others that like good stuff that I might actually like. Did I go this way? Is this the way we went before? Is this a checkpoint I was stuck at before? Dude, it's been an hour now. You have to stop. You have to stop. There's no saves in the game, right? So I may as well just, like, stop. But, like, is this the way I went before? This seems different. Did I go this way? This seems like a different way. What the fuck is this? Oh, you gotta... This guy... Wait, this seems like a different path. Did I go this way? Oh, you can save between levels. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Really? Does it save your lives and continues too? So it's like one of those weird hybrid systems that we were just talking about, how it combines saves and lives. Which, yeah, there are some games that do that, like Castlevania Bloodlines does that. I mean, it's really weird when games do that. It's very weird. Sometimes they make it so that, like, the password resets your lives. So the lives are just, like, for that individual section more than, like, the whole entire game. You never have to start over. But sometimes they make it so that the lives and continues get saved on the password or save. So you have to, and that makes it a situation where, like, essentially the game becomes like a speedrun game. You have to, like, optimize each level so you have the max amount of lives you can have on your save. Like, in Castlevania Bloodlines is actually like that. Do you know what I think is the cause of the trend? Many games are 3D with many channels of audio completely dedicated to ambience. That's interesting. I hadn't heard that before. Huh. And maybe? Same way you did autopilot when distracted. I was kind of surprised how you went through there. It's the same way I did it, just autopilot. Yeah, I did. I guess I autopiloted my way through all of this. Well, I was kind of I was immersed in... Dude, let's just watch this idle animation. I was immersed in interacting with my chat. So, I mean, like, that's kind of a good thing. I'm sorry, I was distracted from the game a little bit. Alright, that's the hour of Wild 9 we're gonna do. I was a little bit distracted. You're fucked. Yeah, oh, okay, so that's the kind of game this is. So it's kind of like Castlevania Bloodlines in that way. I think there's, like, some Amiga games that are like that, too. I don't know. I mean, like, it's kind of a weird system, but it's kind of interesting, too. I don't know, I don't necessarily... Like, that game's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting, but it has some problems. I think the main problem I have with Wild 9 is just... The presentation, I think, of the game really doesn't hold up very well. Just my opinion. But I think the art in that game is kind of really bad. compared to something like Earthworm Jim. It's not just the fact that it's 3D either. Because like, what is it, like GizmoMCs, I think is kind of cooler GizmoMCs is cooler visually. Like that game like uses kind of like Donkey Kong Country kind of graphics, so it's like pre-rendered. Where this is trying to be like all 3D. It's still trying to do like a cartoony thing in 3D, and they've got their like weird, American, like, I don't know who did the art for this game, but I'm not really crazy about their style, to be honest. Earthworm Jim is like an amazing style. It's got an amazing art style. Also, the music is like amazing. Earthworm Jim. It's got amazing music. I wonder how like MDK rates with its presentation and its music, because I haven't seen that in a long time. Stuff like that, or GizmoMCs. I think GizmoMCs had like a very bizarre soundtrack. But like the soundtrack in this game is like, it sounds so generic. It's actually kind of really bad for a PS1 game, because a lot of PS1 games have really cool music. Even like American developed or like British developed games have really interesting music. But this game has got shit music. Like from what I could see from the first level. The presentation kind of sucks. But I like the gameplay of the game. I like that it does a lot of the 2.5D things that I like. Like it's got the bendy camera angles and like different kind of viewpoints and stuff. And then it mixes that with like the grapple mechanics, where it's like the torture gun, which is, it's got a little bit of Umihara Kawase in it, but obviously much more limited and restrictive. But it's got the torture concept where you're like throwing enemies into contraptions and stuff, and then just like mixing that with like puzzle stuff. So like that's kind of cool. It's kind of unique, I haven't seen a game exactly like that, so it's got like a mix of, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind playing more of it. Like I kind of liked it. I kind of liked that game. I think it's not the best. I think it's not the best piece. It doesn't hold up as well as like some other games. But I kind of liked it anyway. Like, I would play more of it. Mad World? Isn't that... What the fuck is Mad World? Isn't that like a Platinum game? It's ugly. It is like an ugly puppy. It is like an ugly puppy. But you love it? I can see why you might love it, because it has like a certain sensibility that's kind of cool, and like the torture gun thing is kind of unique. I don't know. I mean, like, obviously I have zero nostalgia for the game. I never got to try it. I wanted to try it. I never tried it as a kid. I only saw it in magazines ever. And I've barely seen people play it very much over the years. But like, now that I've tried it, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It's got cool stuff about it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I like it more than I would probably like a lot of modern indie stuff, to be honest. So I'm going to give it a 5 or a 6. I'm going to give it... The music is shit, dude. The music is shit. But I don't know. I mean, I wonder what, like... Let's listen to, like, the rest of the soundtrack, actually. Real quick. I wonder if it, like, gets better. The soundtrack is, like, really, really bad. Just curious. What? Like a 6? This super edgy title screen music that sounds like it should be like for a Mortal Kombat game. Because everything had to be like edgy. I mean, it's trying to be like metal. I guess it's trying to be like kind of metal. That doesn't really jive with the art style very much, though. And this is trying to be like dark and serious. This sounds like it should be music for like one of the American developed like Contra games. Actually, the American developed Contra games on PS1 have surprisingly good music, like almost as good as some of the Japanese stuff I was watching. I want to try those American developed Contra games on PS1. There's 2 of them. They look really weird and hard to play, but this Crater State. This music is a bit more interesting. It sounds like it could be Twisted Metal music, but not as good. Twisted Metal music it kind of sounds like Twisted Metal Black music, which is like not as good as Twisted Metal 1 and 2 music. it's trying so hard to be like hardcore and metal. Edgy. Boss battle music. Does that sound like? Doesn't get better? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I want to be a bit generous and give it a 6. I want to give it a 6. The music... I guess a 3 for the music. I guess a 3. Because maybe there's like a slight amount of interestingness to it. But it's pretty bland. It's pretty bland. I don't know. I would probably have to play it. I guess my impression of it from 1 hour, I could give it a 6. I guess I could give it a 6. I kind of liked it anyway. I could give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6, I think. I'm going to give it a 6. Well, if you ever get any more hours... Yeah, I don't know. The music's kind of shit. If you ever get any more hours, I would be willing to play more of that. I wouldn't mind. I probably would enjoy playing more of that at some point, but I want to play Shiny's other games too. At some point, I don't know. I have so many games to play. There's too many games. That's the problem. Hardware generated sound. PSX still had it. Yeah, it did. PSX had it. TurboGrafx had it too, and Sega CD had it as well. They all had hardware generated sound. So they would like sometimes mix that up with like the Redbook audio. Like there's some games that would use both. PS1, yeah, PS1 did that too. Like sometimes PS1 did like the Redbook audio, and sometimes it did the hardware generated audio. Sometimes it did both. Completely optional. Yeah. Did that die? Did they? Was that not on PS2? Well, how did PS2 do audio? Right. Yeah. That's true. I mean, was that Redbook audio we were listening to just now, or was that like... That didn't sound like PS1 audio chip. Did it? That kind of seemed like Redbook audio, I think. There was a hardware sound. It was very rare. Digital recording. Oh, digital recording. Okay. So it's not like Redbook audio. That's different. Yeah, because like modern games don't do Redbook. That's like that's old fashioned now. That's just essentially playing like a CD as music. That's what Redbook is. But like they have, I don't know. So like the modern stuff is like digital. And what does that mean again? I don't. Somehow you're getting like CD audio, but like digitally. It's like loaded into the game or something, so you don't have the it's only early PS1 games where you get the thing where like they're streaming audio off the CD, so it'll get to the end of the track and it'll like fade out and then fade back in. There was like a thing in early PS1 games that tried to have CD audio, and like TurboGrafx games too. Screen, huh? Oh, yeah. That was a funny thing about PS1 audio. All right, hey guys, wake up. Colic? Is Colic still here? Does anybody have any subscriber request hours? Dude, Ventus was here before. Is he still here? Did he leave? Is Mr. Leo still here? Is Skittles here? I only have about another hour anyway to play stuff. Did you want to do any requests, Colic? You got something? What do you got? Oh, I gotta put down. All right, so we did Gizmo's request. I gotta put. We did a Gizmo request. Right, put Gizmo in the requested the place where we keep track of requests. I gotta put him up here. Yeah, Gizmo's name gets to turn blue now. He's requested a game for 1 hour. It was a cool request too. It was like I got to try that game. I like requests like that. You get to like finally try a game that like you've been wanting to try. Like that's awesome. That's the best thing about subscriber requests. All right, so like here we go. We did Gizmo. We did Gizmo, finally. Yeah, Skittles is still... I think Skittles is still a little bit in the red. But... Yeah, but like almost. He's almost caught up. Mr. Leo's got some hours, but you could be saving him. Play an hour of Civ for the Super Nintendo? Oh, interesting. Civilization. For the Super Nintendo. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I wonder what that's like. Okay, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, let's do that. Good. Good. Good calling. Okay. Okay, we're going to try Civilization. I wouldn't have minded doing more Evo, though, to tell the truth, but we would have had to start over. That's not ideal to do like in 1 hour. 1 hour bites. No, yeah, actually, this is a better idea. This is a better idea. Check out Civilization for the Super. I didn't even know it was for the Super Nintendo. I guess Civilization has been around that long. It was ported to the Super Nintendo, huh? I've never played any Civilization game before 4. Wasn't even aware of Civilization games at the time. Let's try it. Okay, so let's see here. I gotta like change my layout for this though. Yeah, I remember that being the case, Asian Ways. In fact, that's what I think about when I think about doing it like that. Like I do think about Final Fantasy first because that's what I remember the most. Yeah, the Super Nintendo mouse was like not that widely used. There was like a bunch of games, like ports of like PC games that would have really benefited from the Super Nintendo mouse. I mean, well, some of them probably came out before there even was a the Super Nintendo mouse. Was that like a little bit later too in the lifespan? Let's see. Is this Super Nintendo only, or is there like there's no Super Famicom cover for this, so we'll go with the American box. Which means, I guess, I have to do like a different style of layout for this. I should keep it on the right then, I suppose. I've caramelized my share of onions, that's true. Lots of them use the mouse. Oh, Super Famicom. Like, not... There are, yeah, I have seen, like, there's that Mario... There's that, like, Mario Lemmings game that uses the mouse. I was watching another Super Famicom great recently, like an interesting one. The Snoopy game uses the mouse. Yeah, that what McCaw was playing. That Snoopy game that's kind of like Pac-Man 2, but looks actually like even a lot better. That Snoopy game, I want to play that Snoopy game. It looks awesome. Play that. But yeah, that uses the mouse as well. But that also is only on Super Famicom. It never came out in Super Nintendo, which is too bad because like that game looks amazing. I wonder if there's like a licensing issue. The Snoopy Super Famicom game looks amazing. Should play that. Skittles, you should request that maybe, possibly. $1991. Yeah, there was a bunch of like start. Well, I mean, weren't there like RTS games on Super Nintendo that could have benefited from that? You know, I'm sure there's like a lot of. I mean, even like Shadowrun could have benefited from that. I still love Shadowrun. Like Shadowrun's amazing, but like that could have benefited from. That would have been interesting if they would have allowed the mouse for that. You could probably just like hack that in those games, I guess. Original Clock Tower did? Yeah, that's like. I definitely played that with the controller, so I did not know that. If that's the case. Okay, let's try doing it this way. Let's see. The Super Famicom has a lot of strategy games that use the mouse? Oh, really? It didn't come out in America? Like, which ones? Well, Ogre Battle and Tactics don't. I guess there probably are, like, a lot of... I mean, like, they didn't bring any of the Fire Emblems out at that time. So there probably, like, are a lot of strategy games they didn't bring out here. Okay. Civilization. Well, there's a Japanese version of this. Oh, that's fine. We'll use the American cover. I never played Populous. I want to try Populous one of these days. All right, we're trying Civilization for 1 hour for Colic. Just 1 hour, right? Oh, I only have 1 hour to play. Actually, we can do it for more than 1 hour if Colic wants to, because he has some time here. How much time do you have? He's got like a little bit of time.